Let's dive into a land case that has shaken the people of Ruai, Nairobi. It is a legal battle between squatters led by Ali Abdi Fugicha, a big company by the name Renton Company Limited, and the Nairobi City Council. This isn't just any land dispute. It's about promises made, lives disrupted, and a legal fight that could change everything. Imagine you have lived on the same land for decades. You've built a home, raised your children, and started a community. This was the reality of many people in Ruai. They were promised the land by Nairobi City Council in 1999. The council said, "This land is yours now." For years, the squatters felt secure. But then, things took a dark turn. Out of nowhere, Renton Company Limited appeared. They claimed that they bought this land, LR number 12979/4, back in 1996. What followed was a heated court battle between the residents, the city council, and Renton Company. The heart of this case comes down to one critical question: who really owns this land? The squatters, represented by Ali Abdi Fugicha, said that Nairobi City Council allocated them the land back in 1999. But Renton says that they purchased the land from the council in 1996. The squatters accused Renton of fraud. They claim that Renton's title deed is fake and that they had altered maps to show ownership. Renton, on the other hand, denies all these allegations, saying that the ownership is legitimate. Let's talk about the law. The squatters are relying on Kenya's Trust Land Act and the Nairobi City Council's 1999 resolution, which promised to resettle them. The law supports their claim to this land, especially since they've lived there for so long. But Renton says they bought the land in 1996, fair and square. They have a title deed and records showing that they paid for the land. The question for the court is, who is telling the truth? And was the land sold legally in the first place? The squatters led by Ali Abdi Fugicha presented evidence, including letters from Nairobi City Council confirming their land allocation. They say that Renton's claim is fraudulent. Renton, on the other hand, stood firm. They argued that their title is valid and that they have been paying taxes on the land. According to them, the squatters have no legal right to be there. Renton further argued that they bought the land legally from the city council in 1996. They insisted that the squatters were trespassing. Renton claimed that they have documents proving ownership and that the court must recognize their legal rights. They also argued that the city council had no right to allocate the land to the squatters in 1999 because they had already sold it to Renton years before. After hearing both sides, the court had to make a decision. And this decision will not just affect the people of Ruai, but many others across Kenya. If the squatters win, it could set a precedent showing that the government cannot make promises and take them back. But if Renton wins, it could mean hundreds of families will lose their homes in the future. When it came to ruling, the court ruled in favor of the squatters, acknowledging that Nairobi City Council promised to resettle them. The court also questioned Renton's claim to the land, finding that their title was based on fraudulent documents. The ruling was not just a victory for the squatters, but for the public as well. It reinforces that no one, no matter how powerful, is above the law. The decision also sets an important precedent for land disputes across Kenya. So why does this case matter to all of us? It's not just about the land. It's about justice and the government's responsibility to honor its promises. This case shines a light on the bigger problem of land ownership in Kenya and how easily people can be displaced if we don't hold institutions accountable. The case proves that people can fight back, even when they're up against big companies and government. It's a message to everyone. Know your rights and don't be afraid to stand up for what is right. But what do you think? Who really owns the land? Those who live on it or those with money and power? Let us know your thoughts in the comment section below. Don't forget to hit subscribe and share this video. Together, we can keep the conversation going and fight for justice, one case at a time. Share widely as this video enables more people to know their rights.